Finally, it's a permanent home of their own. The rebrand is officially complete. This is Championship Soccer Stadium in Orange County, California. Orange County Great Park, the site, as fans making their way in for the very first time, set to watch one of USL's budding Western Conference rivalries at this brand new soccer-specific stadium. Fans of all ilk ready for Orange County SC to take on the Tulsa Roughnecks. Hello, everybody. Mike Watts alongside Chris Nurse. Glad to have you with us. And when you look at Tulsa, they're going to be without their leading scorer tonight. But Jorge Luis Corrales scored a great goal just this past week.
Yeah, the Cuban has been very good for them this season. He came up big this weekend with a big goal, and he's actually named into Team of the Week, and they're going to be looking for him to be a big leader in this game tonight. They'll
see whether or not Corrales and the rest of this Tulsa side can make up for the loss of Ian Svantessen, who is available off the bench. On the other side for Orange County, there are a lot of people you could look at. We look at Jerry Van Ewijk.
Yeah, Van Ewijk, obviously a very experienced player. Spent 3 years in the Dutch team. You know, he's the man who brings his team a little bit of calmness, but he's also one of their top goal scorers, and he's going to have to be prolific tonight in order to get this victory. But he'll be very excited playing in front of a new stadium. He'll want to get off to a good start.
Everyone for Orange County certainly does. A look at the lineups for Tulsa. They're trying to spoil the narrative for Orange County. They're trying to make sure that this is a special night. Who do you like in this group?
Orange County have kept a pretty consistent lineup. You know, they've been very, very fluent going forward. Kobayashi has been a breath of fresh air over the past 2 games. And it'd be interesting to see how they approach this game at a new stadium. Maybe some of the players are a little bit nervous, but it's interesting to see how they take this game against another team who's competing for the playoffs right now.
On the other side for Tulsa, this is a group that has a bunch of guys from MLS on the roster. Hayes and Bronico, Calistri, but they are missing their leading scorer. It makes things difficult.
Yeah, a little bit difficult missing their leading scorer, and obviously when you have team players coming down from the MLS, you never know quite how the team is going to gel together, but there's a lot of talent in the team, definitely not to be underestimated, and both teams need these points this evening.
Well, we're in for a fantastic game here tonight. Championship Soccer Stadium is officially open. Orange County gets to play the majority of their games at home the rest of the way. For Tulsa, last year, 1 loss in their last 8. The matchup is next.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes, and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional 3rd Division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit USLD3.com.
Looking live at Championship Soccer Stadium in Orange County Great Park. Welcome to a new era in Orange County professional soccer. Glad to have you with us alongside Chris Nurse, Mike Watts. It's the all-orange kits for Tulsa. It's black kits for this Orange County side, and we're underway. Welcome to this fantastic stadium, this fantastic moment for the history of this franchise. It's always hard when you open up a new stadium. There's almost unnecessary expectations for what is otherwise a regular run-of-the-mill mid-season, midweek game.
Yeah, but I think it's also very exciting for the players now. They have somewhere that they can genuinely call home and try to make this a fortress now. You know, it's going to be very important for them to get off to a winning start, to build the positivity around the franchise. And, you know, you never want to lose games at home. You know, that's your territory, and you want to make it a very difficult place for other teams to come and play.
There's Pineda. Turned over to Calistri. Taken back by Kobayashi. This is a Tulsa side without two of their key pieces. Von Tessen, who scored 10 goals this year. And also Juan Pablo Caffa, who's been one of the big reasons he's been so impressive on the season. As we'll see whether or not Tulsa has what's necessary to find an early lead here in Irvine, California.
Yeah, Tulsa, you know, they're missing their leading scorer, but there's also now an opportunity for somebody else to get an opportunity to get into the team and to make a stake for a claim in the starting lineup. And it'd be interesting to see who steps up to take the opportunity this evening.
Jadama pressured a bit. Bourgeois up the line, Ayala. The lone USL game tonight on the docket. There's only one other USL team playing. They're taking on New York Red Bulls, FC Cincinnati in the US Open Cup. So by most measures, still a rather significant day for the league as this ball wound over the top. It's Calistri. Calistri on the turn. He'll take the left-footed blast. He put it just wide. And it's Tulsa who comes out with the first opportunity of the match 2 minutes in.
Yeah, Calistri's done ever so well. They're drifting in off the right flank. He's done well to get the ball under control. Just dragged this shot slightly more than he would have liked to get it on target, but very positive play for the first 5 minutes of this game.
Calistri, player from Chicago who played for Logan Paws. He was working with the academy system there for the Fire.
Fans, be sure to visit the In-N-Out truck at the stadium this evening and get a delicious hamburger for just $5. Supply is limited, so grab your burger.
Orange County controlling here.
And it's a beautiful stadium and a beautiful slick surface for them. Nice and big for the players to get the ball down, pass and move it nice and quickly. And the temperature's perfect for a lovely game this evening.
How long does it take you as a player to get used to a surface? Because you travel, but to make it your own, to make it home, does that take a while?
I guess these guys now are going to be training on this surface and this pitch consistently. So now they'll get a chance to become familiar with the diameters of the pitch, you know, and they'll choose their style of play based upon their home facility.
Kobayashi up the left-hand side. Van Avijk. A little bit of contact there with Bourgeois. Goal kick.
Just being the home team enables you to have that familiarity with your surroundings. You know, I'm sure they can't wait to get out here and train and play as many games as possible and really get used to this new venue that they're going to be calling home from now on.
Fabian Serta to kick it away. 16th start of the year. Comes free to Kobayashi. On the ground for Calistri. Now Jaime Ayala. 26-year-old who comes from Mexico. Bourgeois, the former Houston homegrown. Glides off Van Avijk. Caroms out to Ayala. Fernandez, Ayala. Has his pocket pick there. Oliver. It's a foul conceded as Orange County takes over in the 5th minute at this brand new stadium, Irvine, California. Ball flies out of play. This is a Tulsa team that last year bottom of the table and not by an insignificant margin. They only had 19 points by season's end. And yet right now they're in playoff position. It's a new coach, a new roster, and yet amazingly, they're one of the teams to beat right now in the USL. It's a bit shocking in the end.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they're hitting form at the right time. They've only lost one game in their past 7. So, you know, heading into the playoffs and the business end of the season, this is where you want to be picking up momentum and building confidence as a team, and they're heading in the right direction right now.
A group that struggled away from home, though. 2 wins with 5 losses and a couple draws. So a 3rd win, maybe ruin the opening ovation for Orange County, would serve them well in a variety of ways.
Yeah, and I do believe this is Tulsa's 3rd game in a week. You know, it's going to be a big test on the players. They're traveling away from home. They're obviously very tired and fatigued, but they do get a break after this. So I imagine they're going to want to give it everything they've got in this game to try and maximize those 9 points and keep themselves in the playoff positions while they take a little break.
Kobayashi throws his arms out in frustration, didn't get that call. Both teams playing their 4th game in 11 days in total. The difference being that Tulsa has to fly to this one. Cutting around. Van Evijk. Bit of contact there with both Calistri and Ayala. Of course, Orange County hasn't won one of those games yet, and that plays a role as well in your confidence and your momentum in a moment like this.
Yeah, but they're also now going into a phase of having 4 home games, and it's going to be very interesting. I know this is a new venue for them, but you have to capitalize on your home games if you want to make the playoffs, and they're going to need to win their home games to make the most of this opportunity. And obviously they've been doing okay in their away games. You know, if you win your home games and you tie your away games, that's a playoff form, but they don't necessarily have the points as yet. They're going to need to win these games to ensure that they're there come the postseason time.
Logan Paz told us a bit about that yesterday, explaining that when you look at the teams they're playing, they're all right around them in the standings. Didier Drogba's Phoenix Rising coming on Friday night, so certainly there'll be a buzz in the complex for that, but these are all teams that if you don't beat them, they'll jump you or move further up the standings away from you.
Yeah, and you always get those extra few fans when you know Didier Drogba is coming into town.
Really?
An exciting player that people want to see. Also, you have, you know, Sean Wright Phillips. I'm sure the fans will come out for that game on Friday.
What's this Chelsea fan doing, talking to me about all these Chelsea players showing up next week?
I was a Chelsea fan a long time. It's great to see them playing in the USL.
Ball up the left-hand side. It drops down to Rivas. Curling around now. It's Fernandez. We drew a lot of praise from Logan Paz before the game as a factor in central midfield. Ja'Cory Hayes. Lob over the top, and that's handled by Charlie Lyon. Muse. Spinning away Chaplow.
Despite being Orange County and being at home tonight, Orange County are playing in the black, and it's actually Tulsa that are wearing the orange outfits this evening.
Lob over the top. That's easy for Serta. They are really slick black and red kits, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they have some nice uniforms.
Back to Bourgeois. Of course, the orange jerseys don't even begin to complement the pink by the goalkeeper this evening.
Very flamboyant covers, but he'll ensure he needs to keep a clean sheet. Certainly standing out with his goalkeeper uniform.
Nearly 10 minutes into the match, 0-0 between Tulsa and Orange County. Chaplow attempted to dispossess. Comes down to Colin Fernandez. A little bit of space now.
Yeah, and the play, it's a big field, so the players are naturally finding themselves in a little bit more space than they might accustomed to, but they just have to try to keep to good habits of moving the ball quickly. At the moment, they're playing a little bit too slow, taking an extra touch when there's no need. They just need to move the ball quickly to expose those gaps.
Touch not good enough from Calistri. There's Chaplow, captain of this side with experience in the championship and English Premier League. It's a turnover in the back line. Tulsa's shot rings just wide, and it's a good opening opportunity for this Roughnecks side. Jorge Luis Corrales looking for his second goal in the last 3.
Almost caught the keeper unaware there. Good left-footed strike. Keeper probably thought he was going to go across the goal, but he went for the near post.
Of course, when you hit like a 25-yard volley 2 games ago, there's some confidence there for Corrales too.
Yeah, definitely. He'll be definitely fancying himself to be able to score from distance. You know, being able to score that kind of goal a couple of games ago gives him the confidence to know that he can do it, and you know he has no problem in trying to repeat that again this evening.
Zayala on the corner in the 11th minute. Bounces short off of Bourgeois. Only gets as far as Fernandez. Lifted toward the back line and Karam's down. Lions got it for Orange County. Orange County over the last 5, unable to pick up a win these last 4 games, coming off a game where they drew Swope Park. When you draw San Antonio and you draw Swope Park both on the road, both teams in the top 3, like you said, that's good playoff form if you're able to get results on the road of any kind.
Yeah, you know that Swope Park and San Antonio are 2 of the best teams in the league, and they've proven that for the duration so far. So to be able to go away and pick up points there is obviously a fantastic achievement, but now they really have to take advantage of this home stretch.
First of 4 straight home games for Orange County. Tulsa, one of the upstarts in the league this year, trying to take it to them in the opening quarter of an hour. Bourgeois. Ripped ahead by Jadama. On the ball again, the man who initially came up with Colo Colo in Chile. Sends the ball up the left-hand wing. It's Corrales leaking up from behind. He's on it now. Brent Bronico. Chaplow providing the high pressure. Comes to Serta.
And this is definitely an improvement from Orange County in defense. You know, the past 2 games, their defense has definitely been very shaky in the early stages of the game. That defeat that they had against Colorado Springs 4-0, and they conceded an early goal in the last game against Swope Park. But, you know, for the first 15 minutes of this game, they've actually been fairly decent, and it's an improvement on the past 2 games so far defensively.
Ayala chasing all the way to the corner flag. He'll keep this in play for Tulsa. And he drives along the byline, continuing there. Contact, it goes without a whistle. Only gets as far as Rivas. Hayes. Had to go through the legs. Unable to get past Villalobos. Off of Chaplow.
Some very tough tackles there flying in from Orange County.
You better be right in that position on the field.
Yeah, there's one that was in the box there, just a little bit dangerous. You always encourage defenders in the box to stay on their feet, because when you go to ground, you obviously give the referee a decision to make, but he actually timed the tackle very well, and a good defensive play there.
Daniel Radford keeping his whistle lowered for the moment. Ayala. Header skies off into the defender. Throw stays with Tulsa. Corrales. Bronico. Belongs to Orange County, and you talked about it. They've allowed goals in the opening 20 minutes in 3 of this 4-game winless streak. The 19th minute against Colorado Springs, then the opening 5 minutes against San Antonio and Swope Park. So talking this week with the head coach for this side, Logan Paz says, well, then you're fighting uphill the rest of the game. It changes your entire game plan in the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, they conceded an early goal against Swope Park, and against Colorado Springs, they're actually very lucky. They should have gone 1-0 down in the first 30 seconds of that game. But, you know, it's 0-0 now, 15 minutes into the game, so they're heading in the right direction, you know. Like, they managed to keep a clean sheet for the first 15 minutes. Now they've got to build upon that and try to create their own scoring opportunities. Right now, Tulsa have probably had the upper hand in terms of offensive play, but still a lot of time left to play in this game.
Jadama trails back. Still very early on opening night at Championship Soccer Stadium, Orange County Great Park.
I can't hit my talk button real quick. He's like, oh man, that sounds good.
Bourgeois turned it over at midfield. Villalobos as far forward as he's gotten in this game thus far.
Yeah, Bourgeois just taking a little too long there to make his mind up where he's going to pass the ball. He needs to have an idea in his head before he receives the ball of where his next pass is going to go. Because he took so long to decide, he's ended up giving away possession.
Isua continuing on, sends it up. Chaplow to his right. It's a good save. The follow-up deflects off of the defender, Jadama. Serta making a great save in the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's a fantastic build up there. Great driving run. Great ball to Chaplow. Does well to fake the defender. He's done well to hit the target, but he probably should have done better in that situation. I'm sure his coach is expecting him to put that one into the back of the net.
Service back into the box. Chaplow the target again. Lost free towards Liver. Well, now Orange County's got their feet very much under them.
Yeah, you know, we've just spoken about how well they've done defensively, and that was their first clear attacking opportunity. If they put that into the back of the net, you know, that's a good opening 20 minutes for them, but they have to take those chances. If they're going to defend how they defended so far in this game, when they get the opportunity to attack, they've got to be clinical with their finishing.
What a moment that could have been for Chaplow, who hasn't scored yet this year and almost wrote his name down as the first goal scorer this new permanent stadium in Orange County.
Yeah, he's failed to score so yet, but I'm sure he has a big influence to this team. The experience he's had playing in some of the top divisions in Europe, I'm sure he passes on that to some of the youngsters in this team, and he's a big breath of fresh air to the head coach.
Hey, soccer fans, Nike, an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Contact all around. Ball finally won by Ayala.
Yeah, that's good patient defending from Ayala there. Just kept him facing back towards his own goal so he couldn't play forward, and just timed his moment right to step in and win the ball.
And got the offense moving on the previous possession. Isua. Ami Pineda. Down by Kobayashi. Makes a run in behind. Well marked. Oliver. Couldn't pick out the wing. Well saved, but the back stopped here by Fernandez. $19 minutes gone. 0-0 between Tulsa and Orange County. Lyon, the head of Chaplow.
Tulsa just taking their time here to build up from the back. Not really in any rush to force the ball forward. You know, they're very patient in their build-up. Orange County just need to capitalize a little bit quicker and just play the ball a little bit quicker from side to side to open up the spaces in between the lines of Tulsa. But right now, because they're not under so much pressure, They're really taking their time to pass the ball right now, which isn't really helping them.
And one wonders, Juan Pablo Caffa is really the guy who, when he gets the ball, if you move, he'll find the open man. Well, they don't have that man in the lineup here tonight, Tulsa. And so they have to look to somebody else, provide that impetus. This is a good effort up the line. Keep it in play. Service across the box. Lifted back toward midfield. Fernandez really made a mess of it.
Good defending there. There's a dangerous cross into the box off the counter-attack, but now Tulsa are creating their own attack here themselves.
It's Calistri. Ja'Cory Hayes, who's in that Caffa position. Hayes. Jadama's caught up to this. Up the left-hand line now.
Well, he's just slipped at the crucial time. He's done everything right. He's beat the defender, and when it's come time to deliver the ball into the box, he's just slipped at the crucial moment.
Tell me where this all breaks down.
You know, he does well. Fantastic skill, beats his man.
Attention fans, we have a very special announcement. 2 of our season ticket holders are celebrating their 25th.
Everything good there for Calistri right up till that final step over.
Yeah, maybe the surface might just be a little bit wet in that corner, but it'll take a little while for the players to get adjusted to the surface.
22 minutes in. As Tulsa on the road to help christen Orange County's brand new stadium. Throw coming for the Roughnecks. 6th place in that competitive Western Conference table. Games in hand for Orange County, and a lot of them will be made up here over this 4-game homestand. Hayes. Fernandez. The turn from Calistri, overlapping run, and it's out for a corner to Tulsa.
That's great build-up play from Tulsa there. They're moving the ball very well. Players really taking more than 2 or 3 touches on the ball, just moving it side to side, and that's how they managed to create that space to get in behind. Defender did well to block the cross, but good build-up play there from Tulsa.
So Ayala a chance here. Try and move Tulsa forward here, 24th minute. Ayala punched away by Lyon. Only reaches the edge of the area on that clearance. Nobody went back for the ball, and Jadama's on it now for Tulsa.
Yeah, Orange County did well to win back possession there, but they won it and give it back straight to Tulsa in a dangerous position. They need to put a stop to that if they want to get to half-time without being a goal down.
Yeah, but you've done that before where 2 guys think they're going for the ball, right?
You have to communicate. They're the most crucial times you're defending. Is communication is key.
It's always the announcers who say they communicate well. That's out for a throw. We'll see what they can do with it here. Muse on the ball again. Tulsa's had more of it so far.
Defensive communication breakdowns in defense are often the causes of many goals conceded, especially if it involves the goalkeeper.
Again, I'm just glad he didn't say, especially when it includes me, right? For now, still scoreless. Orange County Great Park, and right now, a bit of a swarm around the defense. Tulsa really constricting down on Orange County. Well done to keep the attack going. Oliver got it wide. Oliver in the box, heads it towards Chaplow. That deflects off his foot and out. Corner now for Orange County.
Yeah, that was a good build-up play there from Orange County, moving the ball around the back, overlapping runs, Didn't quite get the ball he wanted, but he carried on his run and almost got a scoring opportunity there. But corner to Orange County right now.
Well, the big 6'6" forward for Tulsa is unavailable. A guy who can both score and win set pieces defensively. Service in over Chaplow. That nearly found a couple of heads.
That's a great ball into the box, but there's nobody attacking the far post. If anybody makes that run into the far post, they've got a tap in there. It's a beautiful delivery. It's just in that dangerous area where the keeper can't quite come for it. It's missed out all the defenders. It just needs somebody making that far post run in it. It's an open goal for Orange County to take the lead.
Well, better now from Orange County. They have maybe 2 of the 3 best chances so far in this match, despite having less of the possession and maybe being a little slow at the outset.
Yeah, we've spoken about, you know, it's important for them to get onto a good start in their new stadium, how they have a run of 4 home matches, and how they're going to need these points to ensure they stay in the pack for the playoffs.
Brought down Kobayashi, 19-year-old California native. Couldn't sneak that behind. Over Oliver. Fernandez. Rivas up the left-hand wing. There's a bit of space here for Tulsa.
Yeah, Rivas has looked very dangerous in these first 20 minutes. We've seen some nice footwork and good skill from him. It's going to be interesting to see if he can provide that killer ball for the goal scorers.
There is an element of wondering who the goal scorers are going to be for Tulsa here tonight. Brian Wright, the man who's tasked with being the true striker of the group.
Yeah,
Rivas. All the way into the corner. It's a throw for Orange County.
We spoke about how they're missing their top striker, but you know, there's no better opportunity for Wright now to step into that position and put in a big performance tonight and try and get himself on the score sheet to give the coach a problem in making that selection. You know, he's not in the squad tonight. Can he give the coach an issue about who he's going to bring to play next week?
Heavy contact there with Kali Street. Did win it for Tulsa. Zayala lifting a ball that caroms out. Asua, the drop pass belongs to Orange County. 28 minutes gone. Both teams a handful of chances in the early going. Off the head, Van Avijk.
Yeah, a difficult ball there for Van Avijk to get control up. The ball's up around his neck. He's got a defender on his back. Very difficult for him to control that ball and keep his team in possession there. He just needs a little bit better surface. And I saw he's going to be able to get opportunities for his team.
Free kick for the man who played with RGV last year in central defense. Bourgeois hoping to lead them to the #2 seed. The Western Conference as an expansion side. Caraming out. Orange County player down there. Hey fans, stay up to date. The latest USL news and information from around the league. It's on USL Coast to Coast. Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. On Sirius XMFC Channel 85. And don't forget, XMFC airs the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. As Jake Edwards, the president of the USL, was on just a week ago before the expansion announcements made. Austin is returning to the league in a short time. Ball wound across by Chaplow. course, Birmingham and Las Vegas are new expansion sides to the league. There was a time where Orange County was the only team out on the West Coast in the USL, and they had to hold the league up over there on their own. But everyone's joined now.
It's an exciting time to be a soccer fan in the US, and definitely it's exciting times for the expansion of the USL League.
How about just an exciting time to be a soccer fan in California? Do they have enough teams yet? Corey Hayes, the contact there. LAFC, of course, affiliated. Orange County, so that's just a year away. Kobayashi. Chase still coming. Serta's got it.
Kobayashi, he's a good attacking player for Orange County. You know, he picks up the ball. He's very positive, likes to drive and take players on. Haven't seen that much of him in this opening 30 minutes, but I'm sure at some stage in the game, you know, once they start to get him onto the ball, he's going to create scoring opportunities.
Yeah, is it just a lack of possession right now, a bit of disconnect for this Orange County side?
Yeah, I've mentioned how they keep moving the ball slowly. It's very difficult for them to play penetrative passes in between the lines when they move the ball slowly, because the team's able to move side to side and keep in shape.
Well, now they're moving it a bit faster. Van Avijk. Oh, ricochets. Bourgeois did win it for Tulsa.
Yeah, that's good defensive play from Bourgeois there. He's gone to ground. He could have easily got beaten, but he's actually managed to flick the ball onto Orange County and win a throw-in for his own team.
That last carom,
yeah, it may very well have come off him last, but still a good tackle in the end.
David Vaudreuil certainly agrees with the call in the end. Coach for this Tulsa Roughnecks side, year number 1 at the helm. Saw him there on the touchline a moment ago. There on the edge of his technical box. An incredible run this Roughnecks team has had in such a short amount of time. Sorto. Second meeting between these teams, and yet it's a very different time for both clubs. Orange County's come a long way since then, when they weren't seeing a lot of games in a row. They're playing on the road a lot, and One Oak Field can be a tough place to play. They simply got jumped in that one.
Yeah, the last time these two teams met, Tulsa defeated Orange County 4-0, and I'm sure they have that in the back of their minds, and they won't allow that to happen again, especially at their new stadium, especially at home tonight.
Lest we forget, 3 of those goals were scored by the 2 guys not playing tonight, Kaffa and Svantessen. Kalistri, the other goal scorer for Tulsa in that first affair that leveled the overall series, a win, a piece, and a draw between them. Tulsa controlling in those jerseys that you could likely see from a very great height. Taken away from Rivas. Orange County shut out in 2 of their last 4. Just 2 goals in the last 4 games. Waiting for this group to break out.
And that's where we're talking about Orange County struggling to create quality chances through possession. The defender holds onto the ball too long and then just ends up hitting a hopeless long pass that the forward has no opportunity to get on the end of, and turning over possession back to Tulsa.
Ayala. Oliver did well to take that away. The pass for Chaplow belongs to Tulsa. Lobbed over the back line. Sorto. Always good for a head fake or 2. All the way back to Lyon. Fernandez found Sorto. Sua's pass intercepted by Calistri. And then the foul committed by Orange County.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous pass there from Asua's. Square ball through the air in the middle of the field, intercepted. Very lucky that his teammate gave away a foul there, as they would have been very much on the break.
Foul by Pineda there?
I think so.
It'll be a little more than that. It's a yellow card to Ami Pineda. It's his third of the year to go along with a red card he picked up previously in the season. Had that lengthy suspension that he returned from back on August 5th. Comes in the 36th minute. First booking of the match for either side. We see Ayala, who previously was taking the corners. Again, this is where Juan Pablo Caffa really shines on set piece taking, and that's where Van Tessen's at his best as well. 6'6" on the receiving end. Ayala couldn't get it past Chapwell. Orange County be out on the break. Fernandez there to break it up.
Yeah, Fernandez just breaking up play, circulating the ball, keeping his team possession. A little bit frustrating now for Orange County. You know, they've won the ball back a few good times and just giving it straight back to Tulsa. You know, their coach must be getting frustrated with that. They need to be a little more purposeful in their possession.
The flex out of play. Throw to Ayala. 15th appearance for him. 11th start for Ayala. David Vaudreuil saying when he signed they were looking for a Mexican player with good experience. Various divisions there. Ayala provides them. Played well over 100 games. All said and done in his young career in Mexico. Ball came to Pineda.
Tulsa doing a good job of forcing Orange County back into pockets now and forcing them to play negative passes backwards.
Asua did well to keep that, and the pass simply wasn't good enough. And then earns that foul from Tulsa.
Yeah, he wins the foul in the end, but Tulsa doing a very good job of trying to dictate where they want Orange County to pass the ball, and then evidently closing them down quickly and pressuring them so they can try and win the ball back to go on the attack.
There's the ball up the left. Mius, player getting forward there.
We know Muse has quality in that left foot. It's just how Orange County go about giving them the space to deliver that dangerous ball into the box.
Opening up now, Joaquim Rivas, who did score against Oklahoma City. It was a 2-1 win against OKC Energy. Second consecutive victory for Tulsa as they took back the wrench in the Black Gold Derby. Attack on for Orange County.
And that was a good drive. Unfortunately, the pass he played was behind the attacker, but Villalobos has won it back here into Chaplow.
Gliding ahead. Opportunity now for Asua. Comes back to the fullback.
Asua working hard to keep the ball in play there.
It's the turn, it's the shot, it's just high. That would have been something special. Cut the ribbon at Orange County, Great Park. Kobayashi.
Yeah, and we spoke about Kobayashi being dangerous, and he's a player who they need to get on the ball more often. Fantastic turn there, just gets a glimpse of goal and strikes with his left foot. Just skims over the crossbar.
That's the kind of opening goal you play in future opening sequences for the rest of the stadium's existence if that goes in.
And that looks like Orange County's recipe for success right now. If they can get the ball into Kobayashi's feet, he's a player who can make things happen. right now they're playing with it a little bit too much at the back, and it's almost causing them their own problems.
Calistri puts it on his right, bounds it wide.
He's done the hard part ever so well there, beating the defender and cutting it back, but it's not over yet.
Ja'Cory Hayes can't find a place to pull the trigger. And it's a tap there in the back line, and so Orange County has to clear this. Goalkeeper was on his way. They simply can't. Ayala.
And we've spoken about Orange County winning back possession and giving it straight back to Tulsa, and time and again. And it's in the attacking third where they don't want the opposition to have the ball.
We'll see if the broken record has a different ending this time for Tulsa. They have taken that possession back again. 41st minute, still scoreless. Best opportunities in the match came in the opening 20 to 25 minutes for both sides, in truth.
Yeah, Chaplow had a good chance to take the lead for Orange County.
Fernandez nudges it wide. Looking for service. Headed out. It'll fall for Bronico. Lofted for Ayala. Ayala on the turn at the byline. Karam's out corner.
Tulsa just doing a good job of picking up the second balls, you know. Rivas delivers the ball into the box there. They don't win the first one, but they pick up the second ball at the edge of the box. Keep possession, end up winning a corner off the back of it.
Miu's here.
Just takes the ball to the face there. He seems to be okay.
He's back to his feet here. Has to immediately defend the corner.
It's going to be an outswinger just 5 minutes before half-time. Not the time in the game where Orange County will want to go down a goal. They need to make sure they're concentrating to clear this corner kick.
Ayala, snapped header, comes back out. Played back across by Bronico. Another header won by Tulsa. Backstopped again, this time by Fernandez. Morales. Brant Bronico. Lyon holding up there. There's that late contact.
Easy catch there for the keeper.
Was it with the contact?
If you anything on him in that situation, the referee's always going to blow the whistle and give the keeper the benefit of the doubt, but not the best ball into the box there from Tulsa. Just 2 minutes to half-time, I think. At this stage, both teams are probably trying to think about making sure that they go in without conceding. Try to be a little bit more conservative just before half-time to ensure that they don't concede and don't get opened up.
Sua. Bounces down to Calistri.
And then Orange County in good possession there. There's no need for them to give away the ball in that situation, playing a difficult pass. Just before half-time, they need to manage the game here and not take any risks. Ensure that they go half-time 0-0 or in a 1-0 lead. But if they keep giving away possession, it's only a matter of time before Tulsa take advantage of that.
Chaplow on the turn. Bouncing free and a heavy sliding challenge from Hayes.
Yeah, that's definitely a strong tackle. I've seen referee pull out cards for less than that. He's gone off his feet. Maybe the referee's a judge that he's got all the ball, but ball and man these days is also a foul.
Daniel Radford going over to check on the Orange County captain.
There used to be a saying, if you don't get the ball, make sure you get the man, don't miss both. I think in this instance, he got both.
And so he'll drop it and continue on as if nothing had happened at all. All's well that ends well.
Orange County, they have a good opportunity here to box them in and maybe try to get one more opportunity before half-time.
Lengthy lob. There's no scheduled time before the half. That late whistle could have added something. Headed away from Calistri. And there's halftime. Well, you talked about over the course of the last few minutes, both teams would do well to make sure they got to the locker room at 0-0. It's how it ends here in the first half.
Yeah, I think Tulsa will be the happier of the two teams. They've been a little bit more responsible in possession. They've created a good few scoring opportunities through the possession, but Orange County can definitely be better in the second half, and I think that's what their coach will be speaking to them. When they're in possession of the ball, they can utilize it a lot better, but they also have had some good scoring opportunities in that first half.
So it's off to the newly minted locker rooms here at Championship Soccer Stadium. We have highlights from the first half when we return.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
We built the USL into the largest Division II professional soccer league in the world. And now the time has come to announce USL Division III, America's professional third division league, completing the U.S. pro soccer landscape. It's time for your town, your team, your game. D3 will fuel local pride and local passion, creating a new legacy for the beautiful game and inspiring its tribal following across the country. This is professional soccer, built on a disciplined financial model and operational excellence, featuring exciting venues to thrill fans, in hungry new markets yearning for the game. USL Division III, professional, passionate, proven. Pro soccer starts here, coming in 2019. For more information, visit USLD3.com.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Halftime at the brand new stadium in Orange County. Professional soccer has a home in Southern California. And what a gorgeous stadium it is. 0-0 between Orange County SC and Tulsa Roughnecks. Mike Watts, Chris Nurse with you. How about we show you a little more about the ins and outs of this state-of-the-art stadium in Southern California. And in light, it looks even better. But this is a modern facility. It's got a great surface, according to the team, and they're very excited to be here.
Yeah, you know, it's a fantastic, beautiful stadium. And when you walk out as a player, your surroundings often excite you and give you that little bit extra motivation. And I'm sure that when the players come here and come out of the tunnel, that's what they feel when they come to this championship stadium. And I'm sure this is what they want to bring to Orange County is a championship, so maybe it has the right name.
Maybe. As you can see, the locker rooms there at midfield, a great visual beyond of the natural beauty of the Orange County area. Chairback seating along both sides, as well as what will eventually be lawn seating as well in Irvine, California. On the whole, this is the place that you end up in. This is Division II soccer taking the next step, these soccer-specific stadiums.
Yeah, and soccer-specific stadiums is what everybody has been screaming out for a long time, and now we're seeing them more and more and more, and it makes the game better. You know, the fans are closer to the pitch, the atmosphere is better, and it elevates the game all around. So, you know, it's a beautiful stadium, beautiful game, beautiful night for soccer. Everything is heading in the right direction.
What number did you wear when you were playing?
Numero 8.
Ah, there it is. No, that's number 7, one further over, as that would be your locker right in the corner of the locker room. As meanwhile, these young players get their first shot at a stadium where, who knows, maybe one day they'll be playing as professionals, and that's another part of this too.
Yeah, they're very lucky to get to go into that stadium at half time. You know, I had to do a lot of hard work before I was able to get to play on a field like that.
0-0 at halftime. When we come back, we have stats and highlights from Orange County after this.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
The USL has expanded its soccer reach this week, announcing 2 new expansion franchises. Birmingham, Alabama has been announced as the first expansion franchise to join the league in 2019.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure on behalf of the USL to welcome Birmingham into the USL for the 2019 season.
Currently known as USL Birmingham, the franchise will announce their official name, crest, and venue at a later date. The team is set to build on the strong foundation of support built by local fans.
You know, Magic City Brigade, you guys have been amazing for us. We can't say thank you enough for your unwavering support. Without fans, we're not standing here. And so thank you guys. I really do appreciate that.
More information and advanced ticket sales can be found at uslbirmingham.com. Las Vegas will be the 3rd and final club to join the league for the 2018 season.
This is our team collectively that we are going to make into the best professional soccer team that we can. And I can't be more proud to be part of all of you and to bring professional soccer to Las Vegas.
The club will call Cashman Field in downtown Las Vegas home, and the name is up to the fans. Visit VegasProSoccer.com through Monday, August 28th to cast your vote. Las Vegas will join the league in 2018, and Birmingham, Alabama will begin play in the 2019 season. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing.
I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels.
After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak.
Meals on Wheels, coming to my door as someone who's housebound, having someone check on me, assures me that I'm not forgotten.
Meals on Wheels has given me a mode of freedom that I wouldn't have otherwise.
We're the clients.
We are the clients.
We are the clients of Meals on Wheels.
America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
0-0 at halftime between Orange County and Tulsa Roughnecks. Mike Watts, Chris Nurse with you. Here's what's coming up on ESPN3 this week. Charlotte Independence taking on Bethlehem Steel. It's Wednesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific. Should be a fun one. Charlotte has moved to the top of the Eastern Conference, while Bethlehem is sitting there at the lower edge of playoff position right now. And then that's not the only game on ESPN3 this week, Chris. The other one is on Friday. It's here at Orange County. Didier Drogba's showing up.
Yeah, we've spoken about Drogba always brings a crowd of him, and I'm sure the fans are going to be excited to see him. He scored that magnificent free kick just over a week ago, and he has big moments. It's definitely worth coming out to see Didier Drogba live.
Yeah, he broke some Orange County hearts last time, but it's a new venue, perhaps some new opportunity for this Orange County side against Phoenix. Meanwhile here, 0-0. We'll have highlights and stats when we come back as Orange County tries to find the go-ahead goal here at their brand new stadium. Stick around.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Welcome back to Orange County. 0-0 between OCSC and Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Glad you could be with us on this Tuesday evening in USL with Chris Nurse, Mike Watts. Here are the opening half highlights. And there were a couple opportunities for both sides. Not even necessarily half chances, maybe just half the chances we thought we'd see.
Yeah, we saw Tulsa with some nice build-up play throughout the first half. Here we see a nice switcher play. Does well to get it under control. Just drags it slightly wider the post than he would have liked.
Calistri unable to hit the target here in the opening couple of minutes. And we saw this a couple times. One too many touches.
Yeah, one too many touches, but had a good opportunity to hit the target there. Charlie Leon would have been happy to see that one go wide of the post.
This a bad turnover in midfield. There were a couple of these, did not make them pay.
Yeah, we spoke numerous times in the first half about Orange County playing a little too much at the back and giving away possession unnecessarily, and if they continue to play like that, it's only a matter of time before they'll get punished.
Corrales unable to put that through. Meanwhile, it's the outside back. Isua, who continues on, and this could have been it for Chaplow.
Yeah, fantastic driving run from Isua. Chaplow does well, takes a good first touch, beats the defender with his second touch. His coach would expect him to bury that in the corner of the net, but keeper makes a good save.
And then Isua has that deflect off of him. He's able to keep it in play. And a decent enough opportunity here. Kobayashi, this would have been special.
Yeah, Kobayashi is the man who makes them tick right now, Orange County. If they can find him more in the second half with the ball, they'll be getting themselves back into this game and potentially take the lead.
It was off to those brand new locker rooms you just saw at halftime. It's 0-0. Tulsa still has the possession advantage, but things evened out a little bit as this game went along.
Yeah, things evened out a little bit, but I still think the home fans and Orange County be at home, they'll be expected to attack the game a little bit more aggressively. You know, take control of the ball, take control of the aggression, and be the aggressors in this situation. Both teams having 3 shots on 3 shots in the first half, both only getting 1 on target, but Tulsa obviously slightly out-edging Orange County with the possession at 55%.
So those are the numbers at halftime. Meanwhile, here's what's coming up. All these times central for the Tulsa Roughneck fans. 3 more consecutive games on the road, and then they welcome Vancouver. But when you look at those teams, Seattle, Portland, Vancouver, they're all in the lower half of the West. It's a chance for them to get points.
Yeah, it's a chance for them to get points, but this stage of the season can be tricky because a lot of those players in the lower half of the league are playing for contracts and they're playing for their futures. So while their team results may not be the best, there's still a lot at stake for those teams, and their performances can't be taken lightly.
A little bit of self-preservation there. Meanwhile, for Orange County, they have something great here to make an effort for. Phoenix is next at home, then OKC Energy, a team that's made the finals in the West 2 of the last 3 years. Then Reno, the expansion team who's in the top 4. And Swole Park's in there too, a team in the top 3. That's not easy at all.
Yeah, they have some big teams coming to their home, but you know, if they're serious about playoff contentions, they've got to win those home games. But they definitely have some very difficult tests coming here to Orange County.
Halftime. We'll see whether or not there's a winner to be had here tonight.
You'd expect to see Orange County approach this second half with a little bit more urgency, a little bit more passion, a little bit more aggression than they showed in the first half.
We'll see if it's the case. Tulsa in the spiffy all-orange kits going against the black and red of the home team, Orange County. Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. Bit of contact there. Corrales went down. Jadama. Music continued on there for a moment, but it's not really enough to spur either team into the attack just yet. Tulsa now driving up the right-hand wing along the byline. And that well off target.
Well off target, but good run down the box. Delivers the ball into the box. It doesn't quite get to the forward, but the second ball falls straight out to a Tulsa player, and there's nobody closing down, nobody putting any pressure on him. He should have done better in that situation, hit the target, but Orange County again creating their own problems.
Headed ball towards Brian Wright, who had an extraordinarily borderline silent opening half. Ricochets away from Chaplow. Ja'Cory Hayes won it to Fernandez, who goes down in a heap.
It's a late tackle there. I think the referee's definitely going to brandish a yellow card.
For now, it appears all positive with Kobayashi, just a talking to. Hey, soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the United Soccer League. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. Attack on for Corrales. May get a second look at this. That ball really got up and provided some tough contact for Asua.
Corrales does a good job when he gets in possession of trying to take his first touch forward and put the defenders on the back foot. Tulsa just do a little bit of a better job of trying to find forward passes and trying not to play too much sideways and negative passes. They always try to look forward more often than not.
There's Corrales again. He was our player to watch in this game, of course, in part due to that ability.
Yeah, he's been an offensive powerhouse from a defensive position, and whenever you find a good offensive defender, is obviously it's gold for any kind of coach. He's also chipped in with a few goals, so his coach is getting a good return.
Well, and Tulsa might argue it's black gold as it might be after winning that black gold derby. Him playing such a key role at the fullback position last time out against Oklahoma City.
Frustrating. This is continued from the first half. Orange County doing a fantastic job to win back possession of the ball, but then a careless pass just gives back Tulsa possession immediately.
How do you get over that? Is it just something where it follows you around, it's contagious?
You can go through spells where, because it's happened so frequently in the first half, that it can carry on, but they just need to get back to playing the simple pass nice and early, not trying to complicate it. Just control the ball and play the most simple thing they see as quick as possible, rather than taking their time and getting caught out trying to play a difficult pass.
I say that because you look frustrated as a former player watching that. I can't imagine what a player going through that spell right now would feel himself.
Well, it's difficult because when you're in a commentator seat, you obviously have a different view of the game. you know, me sitting here, I can see 7 players that he can pass it to. When you're in the game, maybe you don't have that luxury. But, you know, when the easy pass is on, they just have to touch and play a little bit quicker than what they're doing right now. And they'll get back into this game very quickly.
Chaplow, great a bit of room for Villalobos. Now, the right-hand side of the 18-yard box, searching for Chaplow. Kicked away is a Van Eyck player getting forward. Now Sorto, former Galaxy 2-man. Both teams have steered shots on target in the opening 50 minutes.
It's a good pass there from Orange County. They just have to keep the pressure on there.
Van Eyck finally widened play out. Villalobos, Moliver, Pineda. Contact there. Ja'Cory Hayes dipping in. All that possession ends in turnover to Tulsa, although ultimately Orange County regains possession here.
Yeah, Moose received the ball there out wide in a one-on-one situation. I just thought he needed to be a little bit more aggressive, tried to take on the defender. Instead, he chose to play backwards rather than trying to be aggressive and go forward and take on defender and get a ball into the box. The attack ended up peaking out to nothing, but you know, Orange County slowly getting themselves more attacking play in this game right now.
Asua got that service through. Far for anybody to make contact. The last was Kobayashi.
And that's not the worst ball into the box. You're just looking for one of your forwards there to just take a gamble, make the run. It's gone across the face of goal. There's an opportunity here for any little touch to put that back into the back of the net. The keeper's not been able to come for it, which tells you the ball was into a dangerous area, but there was just nobody attacking it at that time.
Bounces down, Chaplow. Villalobos. Asua. Playing backwards again, this Oliver.
And Asua is a player who he has the ability to take people on. He has that speed, he has that pace. He's the man who you want to see be positive on the ball.
And there he is. Asua simply lofted it too high.
It's good build-up play there from Orange County. He's timed his run well, Asua, but he failed to produce that little bit of quality that he needed on the final ball. Good through pass. Just needed to wrap his foot round that one, drill it along the floor. You never know, it could come off a defender and go into the back of the net. He's just gone for a lofted side foot that's gone way too high and actually out of play for a throw-in on the other side.
And Orange County has done well, at least initially, to take possession. They'll get a throw now. Asua, who turned 25 years old already in this month of August, back on the 6th, playing that right back position tonight. Headed wide by Fernandez. All the way back to Oscar Sorto, 23-year-old, still very young, having a lot of experience, including helping to lead LA Galaxy 2, the Western Conference title 2015. Pineda. Rivas continuing on. There's the service. It's right to the goalkeeper. Serta's got it.
And that was good build-up play from Orange County. They actually came into the middle and went out the other side in 1 or 2 passes, nice and quick. And that's how they managed to get the one-on-one situation and whip that ball back into the box. So that's much better possession and a much better purposeful possession from Orange County.
Positive for now. Fernandez leading Tulsa ahead. Been a bit on their heels in this second half. Ja'Cory Hayes tagging it wide, making a run into the area. It'll come to Bronicle. Crosses back to the right-hand side. Tulsa still continuing on. There's some contact there. It ends in simply a goal kick when it seemed like Tulsa had finally gotten the numbers forward to do something.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of playback in there also. You know, he tried to go to ground and possibly get the referee to make a dubious call for a penalty, but he was in a good position, saw the ball out of play, and rightfully, goal kick is the right decision.
The USL is one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world. It features some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date all the latest league news and information by visiting USLsoccer.com. Give them a follow on Twitter at USL. All the latest from Nicholas Murray, the 11 things he saw last week in USL over on USLsoccer.com. Of course, a wrap up of this one when it's all said and done.
Fernandez there with some clever play in the middle there for Tulsa.
He's on it again.
Very nifty, delicate left foot there in the middle of the park.
That's a bit behind Rivas. Kept by Jadama. Turned over Van Eyck. Took a deflection to keep alive for Bronico. Liver took it back for Orange County.
Frustrating just to see Orange County win the ball back and just giving it back to Tulsa right now. You really want to see them do something a little more productive when they win possession of the ball, but
Rivas across the face of goal. It's a great save by Lyon, who gets down, keeps it out of the net for Orange County.
Yeah, and Lyon has done fantastic there with that save. He's kept his team in the game. You know, they've consistently turned the ball over time and time again when they won possession, but he's came up big there when his teams needed him with a fantastic save. Sometimes in that situation, the keeper parries the ball and actually gives possession back to the other team, but he's held on to that ball and kept his team in possession, but they're facing another attack here again.
It was Calistri that last time, who was seeking goal number 7 on the year. This played on the ground. Jadama now for a goal kick.
Yeah, you can sense positivity and confidence building in Tulsa when your centre-back's driving and taking shots from 30 yards, albeit not the best shot, but if your centre-back's starting to get the confidence to take 30-yard shots, you know that your team is starting to get a little bit confident in the game.
The Gambian continuing to push up for this Tulsa side. He does have a goal on the year. Not sure it was one of that ilk. Bounds down at midfield. Ball with the Roughnecks. It's Ja'Cory Hayes. Hayes slicing a ball toward Calistri. Not a bad look from the first-round draft pick in 2017 to Chicago.
No, I think Hayes just saw Calistri trying to make a run in between the two defenders at the back. They tried to lift it over them, but didn't quite get enough on it they would have liked, but it was a good look.
Rather a first-round pick to FC Dallas. Hayes loaned on June 30th. Long ball over the top. Lions there to handle it, the former Sounders 2-man.
Yeah, right, didn't quite read that run. Tried to hit him with the diagonal pass, but way off target.
Liver. You almost feel like you're waiting for someone with Orange County to make a good run forward and break a line or two and provide something unique. It's been very structured right now for Orange County.
Yeah, it's been very tight, but both teams are in a league position where they need these points. You know, either one wins, it's going to make it very much more difficult for the other team, but the first goal in this game is definitely going to have a big influence on the flow of play. You know, right now you could probably sense Tulsa with the upper hand right now, but Orange County have had some great chances to take the lead, but it's going to be interesting to see who gets the first goal.
Orange County, 2 points from 8th, 3 games in hand in the West. As the header comes to Rivas defensively. On the turn, Fernandez. It's Hayes. Back along the edge of the 18. Trying to clear this. Turned over again. Corrales.
Corrales with some great footwork there. Oh,
Fernandez through ball, ever teasing. That's one of the most former player reactions I've heard from you tonight. It totally drew your entire emotion.
Yeah, it was a fantastic ball there from Fernandez. Just the forward didn't quite time his run on it, but the ball beat everybody right there in front of goal, just screaming for somebody to run onto it and tap into the back of the net. But fantastic vision and execution there from Fernandez.
Seems Colin Fernandez has impressed you a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's been a live wire for their team. You know, he's been very good in possession, and he's made a lot of their attacking plays start. And I think it's only a matter of time before he gets himself an assist in this game with the way that he's playing.
There he is on the ball now, Hayes.
You just see he doesn't hesitate. He controls the ball and passes it. He doesn't spend too much time. He already knows where his next pass is going to go before he receives the ball, and that's how he's able to play so quickly.
Hayes now. There's Fernandez. That look familiar?
Yeah, and he just comes and looks for it again. Just keeps the ball moving. He's having a great game this evening.
Fernandez, the homegrown, coming down from Chicago. Pushing forward, Rivas. That takes a deflection. Still alive now for Wright. And another shot, this one taken by Ayala. Out for a corner.
Ball just getting stuck under right feet. You thought he was going to hit that shot a little earlier, but that is a fantastic defensive block there. The ball looked like it was destined for the back of the net. And Asua's just thrown his body in front of the ball. Kept his team in the game. It's a huge block. See Wright just trying to get the ball at his feet at the shot. Ayala ends up taking the shot. But Asua with a big block there for his team.
It's perfect from the Cameroonian. He's making just his 6th start of the season, having signed a little over 2 months ago. Corner to Tulsa. Brought down by Calistri. Couldn't sneak it between the legs. Mius.
And Orange County just have to be careful when they're defending. Tulsa have some very crafty, nippy players going forward, and they don't want to go to ground in the box and give the referee an opportunity to give a penalty. So they just have to make sure they concentrate hard and stay on their feet in and around the box.
Chaplow sprinting away. Finally, Gustavo Villalobos helping to break toward midfield. Possession hasn't changed from halftime, but you wouldn't know it from the way the last couple minutes have played out.
Yeah, Tulsa really having the better of this half so far in terms of possession and scoring opportunities, but that can all change in a moment. It's not necessarily about possession, it's about the goals scored at the end of the day, and it only takes one good opportunity from Orange County to get themselves ahead in the score sheet.
Ball on the ground, pings back to Pineda. Now racing toward the byline. Play will come back. It's a foul conceded by Tulsa. They allowed advantage to be played there, and there simply was none.
Yeah, the referee just allowed a few seconds to see if Orange County ended up getting the advantage there, but he's brought it back for a free kick in a very dangerous area. Be interesting to see if Orange County can take advantage of this situation.
Oliver, man on this far side. Oliver was able to get that past the initial line of Jadama.
Yeah, he just needs to whip that ball towards the back post. Just give a forward an opportunity to get anything on the ball. It could end up in the back of the net, but he didn't quite manage to miss the man at the first post, and very easy for Tulsa to defend in that situation.
On the turn, Chaplow. Kobayashi. Attack continues on. Ball lined toward the goal. Back out. Villalobos recovering.
Dangerous box. He just put it into the dangerous area and just left it there for anybody to kind of attack, but good defending there from Tulsa.
Nearly well won. Instead, pings back to Rivas, and now the break on for the Roughnecks, led by Ja'Cory Hayes.
Yeah, Orange County need to get bodies back behind the ball to stop this attack.
Finally they do. Hayes widens play. Drop pass, Rivas. Hayes back to Rivas. Played out in front, and it gets under the foot of Brian Wright.
That's fantastic play in the final third. A nice 1-2, and that should have been in the back of the net.
It's a yellow card to Colin Fernandez, his 4th of the season. How did this not get in?
Beautiful little intricate play here. Plays it back to him, plays the 1-2, gets it back. Beautiful ball across the box. He's got to get anything on that, and it's in the back of the net.
Looks like he just never swings his foot. Oh, there it goes.
Fantastic play there, I think, between Hayes, Rivas, Calistri. They've all been very good going forward in this game for Tulsa.
Christian Tierjung comes on, 22-year-old. That's enough for Wright, and that's a really disappointing way to leave the match.
Yeah, he wouldn't have wanted to leave under those circumstances. He had a fantastic opportunity to get a goal just before he came off there, but he worked hard for his team this evening, no?
And that's enough for Chaplow. On comes James Baxendale.
Yeah, we spoke about the number of games that have been played in the build-up to this, and obviously coaches now both rotating the teams a little bit, trying to give players a rest and freshen things up and bring on some fresh legs for a final push in this last 25 minutes of the game.
We'll see if that ends up proving vital for either side. Fernandez, the previous yellow card, came in the 65th minute. Comes down to Fernandez. Ball aimed for the recent substitute there, Tierjung, who did score in his debut for the club against Phoenix in July. This will come back.
Yeah, referee just calling a foul on Hayes there. Thought the tackle was a little bit late. Not quite sure I agree, but Orange County ball.
What can Orange County do with it now? Asua not on the same wavelength with Villalobos.
You definitely sense the urgency and the tempo of the game has increased a little bit in the last 5 minutes. Both teams now going in search of a goal to take the lead.
Ball too far.
Referee, he's going to give him a talking to, or a yellow card there for kicking the ball away. Petulance.
I thought that for sure was going to...
Yeah, the referee was nice to him, just gave him a little talking to.
What would you say, brandish the yellow card?
Brandish.
Yes. 68th minute. Right now, the only real notes on the box score are brandishment of yellow cards.
I could have been tattooed with a yellow card when I used to play. I used to get it that frequently. I mean, the coaches were considering just putting the yellow card next to my name at the beginning of the game rather than waiting for the referee 10 minutes in.
It's, you know, there are players in some leagues where they have like 20 yellow cards in 40 games, and you wonder how it happens, and then apparently you're the answer to that.
That was probably me. I used to get one every other game at least.
Incredible. What are we talking about here? Are these just like dissent?
Nah, never for dissent. That was the thing. It was never for dissent. You would get, you know, you can't time every tackle perfectly. So obviously one of them you're gonna get it late now and then a game. If you make 30 tackles a game, you time one late. It's understandable.
He's a 98% tackler. There's the service. Pick out Axendale there. Zasua. Still looking for that big moment, Orange County. Attack on, entering into the box. It takes a deflection and is cleared away.
Orange County now having their spell in the game of consistent attack, and they want to take advantage of it at some point. We've spoken about Kobayashi being the danger man on this team. That's not a bad effort.
Not from Kobayashi there. Boy, you almost called your shot. Meanwhile, long ball aimed for Tirjung, the Lion of Orange County. Still 20 minutes to go here in the opener at the brand new stadium in Orange County.
Yeah, Orange County definitely feeding themselves into this game a little bit more the last 5 minutes.
Contact there. Villalobos has won the free kick last year in Tulsa with the Roughnecks. Sub waiting to enter the match. It's Monday, A-team will replace Villalobos against his former club on his way out.
Villalobos has had a decent evening. His coach just giving a big high five there. Pat on the back, worked hard. Monday A-team now has a good opportunity to come and make an impact in this game. 20 minutes to go, still lots of time. Interested to see what he can offer his team.
A-team, 18 years old. They have something in him here. Ball bounces away from Bourgeois. Goal kick for Serta. Tonight, part of a culmination for this Orange County franchise. Rebranding over the offseason. So many exciting things going on around the club. Retooling much of the roster. And the fitting closure to that, the opening of a permanent home for professional soccer in Orange County. I welcome Drogba in what's truly the debut of this stadium, with a couple of world stars making their way in.
Highlight just a little bit over enthusiastic going up for that ball, flipping over the back of Kobayashi. See him go up here. Kobayashi just bends over and he just rolls over.
That's a dangerous ball for Sorto. She simply pops up. Now Fernandez trying to break upfield for Tulsa.
Fernandez doing a good job driving forward and just keeping his team in possession there. Spoken how important he's been for them in this game. It's just see if he can provide that moment of magic to get the goal, the opening goal for them.
Corrales, Jadama, Hayes, the center back. Jadama drops again.
Tulsa doing a good job of just not ignoring the easy pass. They just see it in front of them and play it very simply. And it's working very well for them this evening.
Two very tight lines right now. Orange County quite compressed. 73rd minute. You talk about simple passes. Sometimes the simple pass is a negative pass. But it seems like when they play it, there's a greater theory in mind. At times with Orange County tonight, that hasn't felt the case.
Yeah, when they play, the thing is when they play that negative pass, they play it at tempo, which creates speed to then play the next pass forward. So it's never in a situation where they go negative, sideways, negative. They literally play negative to open up the space to play the next ball forward in between the lines to the likes of Fernandez, who's been very dangerous in this game.
Corrales?
There you see again, they went backwards to go forwards. Rivas picking up the ball here with a dangerous left foot driving into the box.
Rivas did get the cross. And now the strike is just wide of the post.
That was definitely closer than we thought. He looked like he kind of under-hit the ball, but just skimmed past the post.
And there you see it, negative to positive.
Yeah, sometimes they go back and then the next pass is to the player making the run forward. But obviously you need players in your team who are going to make forward runs off the back of it. If you don't have players making runs, it's very difficult to play those forward passes. But Tulsa have a lot of good movement in their team and some very tricky, creative players.
It did deflect from Calistri. That's why it looked a bit under hit. There's the service. Lyon did get a punch.
Yeah, that's good defending there from that corner there from Orange County.
Attack on again. Ayala played ahead by Fernandez. Got by Hayes. Throw to Orange County. Final quarter of an hour here tonight. Ball bounces out. Van Avike has had a quiet second half. This is a Tulsa team that over their last 8 games have really come around. You look, they had a 4-game losing streak in the middle of June. And since then, they've really been fantastic. Perhaps the turning point for this group. 5-1-2 since.
And of course, for Orange County tonight, there's a big carrot at stake, and that one of these players could be the first player to score the first goal in this new stadium. And it's just interesting to see who's going to be the one who takes on that responsibility to get that first goal.
Tirjong. Fernandez, the initial header, corner for Tulsa. Perhaps it's a Tulsa player that spoils that party and puts their name in the record book first.
Yeah, it could very well be, but Orange County need to remain switched on in this situation. Make sure that they're marking very tightly. Everybody knows who they're marking and takes responsibility for it. Clears this corner out.
Ian Van Tessen not in the lineup tonight at 6'6". Service headed.
Oh,
it's knocked away by Lyon. The follow-up Lyon made another save on Bourgeois. Neither center back able to get that through. It was Jonama first. Fantastic from Lyon.
2 big saves there from Lyon to keep his team in this game. You just see the space open up at the back post from the corner.
Service again. Bourgeois headed toward the byline, and it did get out. Another corner. Maybe gives us a chance to think about that last corner.
And there's a huge double save. You see the run to the back post, heads it back in the direction the ball came from. Big parry. And the second one was going in just as much as the first. Does a fantastic job to keep that out of the back of the net.
Couple great saves from Lyon tonight. Another header, and that is saved at the line by
again.
Lyon.
That's an unbelievable reaction save. Atrocious marking from the corner in the first place. That's the second time he's got that header free at the back post, but the ball deflected off the defender on the way into the back of the net. And Lyon did a fantastic job just to react on it and get his hand onto it on the line and keep his team at 0-0 in this game.
They call him simply a winner. What does he bring to the franchise? Logan Paz said he is a winner. And right now, he's keeping this Tulsa side off the board single-handedly. Calistri got the deflection off another header for Jodama, who should have been marked a little bit tighter that second go-around.
I think if we had to give a man of the match to any Orange County player, it would have to be Leon for the 4 big saves that he's come up in this game. And really, it could have easily been 4 goals for Tulsa. He's kept his team in the game on 4 big occasions.
Sorto. Veronico's pass cut off.
Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL.
Obayashi.
For information, visit NikeSoccer.com.
Pressure really stifling now from Orange County. Finally comes free.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit scrappy in the middle there. Both teams now going in search of that winning goal. Just 12 minutes remaining in the game.
Corrales chipped away. Here comes 6'6" Ian Van Tessen Enough for Joaquin Rivas.
Van is the man that we know, the leading goal scorer, coming on to try and get them the lead in this game. Making way for him, Rivas, who's also had a very good night. Very good left foot, very dangerous. One good attacking player for another good attacking player. Van Tessen obviously brings that big aerial presence and frame that he has up top. It's obviously going to be very dangerous from set pieces for Tulsa.
10 goals on the year. Sammy Ochoa last year scored 11 for the club before moving on to Sacramento. That's the franchise record for the Roughnecks. So a goal here could mean history in a lot of ways for Van Tessen, who's the target here. This shot takes a deflection. Lyon got there. Ja'Cory Hayes, the effort. It looked off target.
Yeah, Lyon taking no risk with that one. It was already, you could see it looked like it was going off frame, but he just didn't want to take any risk with it. But that's a terrible clearance header. He's just headed it straight out to the edge of the box, where the Tulsa forward was just lining up to strike on goal. He didn't quite connect with it as cleanly as he would have liked, but very dangerous situation.
Van Tessen is just a couple yards off the goal line. Ayala. Ball ripped in. Deflects straight back. Ayala gets a second look. Ayala. Header snapped into the air. Did stay in play? No. Another corner for Tulsa.
And I think Orange County probably relieved there is another corner, because that clearance was about to fall to an Orange County player right on the edge of the box had the referee allowed play to continue.
'82nd minute now. Ayala will try again. Ayala, Lyon. That's the easiest effort he's had in a little while now.
Easy catch there for Lyon. Ayala put the ball straight into his hands.
Hey fans, stay up to date. The latest USL news and information from around the league is on USL Coast to Coast. Sirius XMFC Channel 85, 4 p.m. Pacific. And don't forget, XMFC airs the USL Game of the Week. Check USLsoccer.com for dates and times. Orange County still looking to put their stamp on their new home. Lofted up the left wing. It's a collision that Corrales will watch bounce out. Ayala will move over to the opposite side, switching with the defenders with this quick break. Ayala going back to that favored right-hand side after perhaps not being able to get back after the set piece.
Corrales just doing a good job keeping his team in possession there, switching play. You'd expect to see Orange County being the more aggressive team in this final 10 minutes, trying to go in search of the winner at home, but Tulsa actually look like they're the ones taking the tempo in this game right now, trying to get that winning goal.
Hayes upended, this time by Baxendale. Bit surprising, Tulsa here. 2 goals or more in 7 of the last 8. Perhaps if not for Charlie Lyon, they would have those 2 goals tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Lions come up big on saves, but I think if Orange County can manage to keep this at 0-0, they can take a lot of confidence from building on their defense, because they haven't necessarily had the most convincing defensive displays of recently. However, if they manage to keep a clean sheet in this game, they can take some confidence there and build going forward and just work on their attack, and I think we'll expect to see them in the playoffs.
Lyon looking for his 5th shutout of the year. That's as many as Fabian Serta has on the year for Tulsa, the starting netminder.
Just with 7 minutes to go now, neither team wants to take any unnecessary risk. You know, they want to Try and get into that offensive, try and create scoring opportunities.
Axendale just found an outlet here. Pushing ahead, A-team. Out for a throw for Orange County.
Now you can sense a little bit more urgency from Orange County going in search of that winning goal.
Pineda. Ricochets positively there for Tulsa. And Isua knew it immediately. He initially turned around as if he had committed a foul, and indeed he had. Corrales, the player, down.
Yeah, I think he just didn't get as much contact on the ball as he would have liked. Kind of tripped in the flow of things, but good tracking back after just making an offensive run. Working very hard to get back, and probably did a good job to allow his team to get numbers to get back in defense.
Svan Tessen. Svan Tessen will take this over. It's a poor clearance. Tierjung away from him, out to midfield.
Very much end-to-end stuff right now.
Calistri trying to reach the byline. Now the cut. Calistri far too high.
Fantastic work from Calistri to create that space for him to deliver that ball, but just overhit the ball. Unable to find anybody in the box, and a Orange County goal kick. Just 5 minutes remaining in the game now. I mean, now Orange County just need to get this ball forward. 5 minutes left to go in the game. You're the home team. You've got to go from me in search of the winning goal. Now's the time where you need to be a little bit more direct. Play forward. Try to get your danger men onto the ball. See if you can get that goal.
There's Ami Pineda. Try the right. They've had a measure of success over here. Isua on the ball again. Taken away this time by Hayes. By both A-team and Isua.
Very, very calm defending here. See if they're going to play their way all the way out of it. They've managed to get away with that, but a little bit risky defending there from Tulsa, but very calm, very collective. Goal kick.
Fans, the USL, one of the most prominent second division professional leagues in the world. It features some of the game's top talent and rising stars. Stay up to date. All the latest league news and information is on USLsoccer.com. Follow them on Twitter @USL. Still time to be had here tonight, but it's going to be a real celebration coming on Friday when they take on Phoenix. And a great crowd when those two teams met previous. Van Tessen has gotten around to the byline. Calistri is creeping. Ball played towards the middle of the 6-yard box, and it's away now from the on-rushing Tierjung.
Yeah, and you've seen Van Tessen in just a couple of little touches and moments he's had. He definitely brings an offensive threat forward for Tulsa. You actually thought if he'd have gone down when he got clipped just there in the box, the referee might have given a penalty, but he chose to stay on his feet. Fortunate for Orange County.
Garte is coming on. Colin Fernandez had a really strong game tonight.
Yeah, he was probably Tulsa's top player for me this evening. Very clever in possession. Kept it nice and simple, touch and pass. Very good evening for Fernandez.
Final substitution for David Vaudreuil, who's done just a fantastic job. The Connecticut Soccer Hall of Famer who played and coached. Played at Princeton, coached for Chicago for a brief stint, in Atlanta as well. Congratulations to him on what's been just an awesome first season, this Tulsa franchise. There's a corner coming for the Roughnecks here. Well, they have been dangerous on these corners in the second half.
Yeah, and they now have Sven Tessen, and he's a big guy. They'll want to make sure they mark him tightly Keep an eye on him from this set piece and don't let him be alone in space.
Could not get it far enough for him. A-team there on the initial defense. Bronico is there. Ayala will get a second bite at the apple. And it's away by Pineda. Lofted up by Hayes. Von Tessen.
Tulsa just picking up all the second balls here. Orange County need to try and get a grip on the ball somehow so they can mount their own attack.
That's perfect defending from A-team. That gets by. That's an open cross. Corrales corralling and keep that in on the line.
Heading into extra time now. I think Orange County, if they really look over the course of the game, they'll be happy to take a point. You know, I think for large parts of the game, Tulsa have been the better team. But in terms of how Orange County have defended tonight, it's definitely an improvement on previous performances. And a one point and a clean sheet is definitely a positive that it can take forward to Friday night's game against Phoenix.
Corrales, long throws. Von Tessen popped up Kobayashi. Bounces out toward Hayes.
Fantastic, clever little turn there from Hayes.
And that turned aside. On the half volley, simply not there. It's Von Tessen pass that nearly opened it up.
Yeah, Orange County just need to ensure they don't switch off in defense there. A couple of players around the box unmarked and found themselves in space. Should have probably done better with that volley and hit the target, but you see the different dynamic that Sven Tessen brings when he's up top there. He's able to create with his huge presence that he has as a forward.
Both teams 4 games in 11 days, and this is the start of a lengthy road trip for Tulsa. So it's Von Tessen coming off the bench. Pablo Caffa still out, dealing with a hamstring injury. It's Calistri.
Tulsa throwing bodies forward here in this attack.
Corrales. He's got space there. And Lyon comes off his line, rips it in. Fires it out. Here's 18. Could this be the last attack for Orange County?
He's got to keep going. He's got to keep going here. Slides it forward. You've got to get runners in the box in this situation.
And Avike toward the byline. There's the service.
Oh.
Just a bit overhit. He'll get a second look at this. Final seconds. Stepping forward.
Oh, it's a free
contact. This will be conceivably the last kick of the game as Pineda still down in pain. The yellow card is coming.
Pineda done fantastic there. He knew he wasn't going to get a very good strike on goal. He's done fantastic to beat Ayala and draw a free kick in the closing seconds of the game in a very, very, very dangerous situation.
Looks like there's sufficient cover behind him, too.
Yeah, he had good cover, but Ayala fully committed. There was no chance once he went to ground that he would be able to take himself back up from there, and Pineda did fantastic to win the free kick. Orange County just need to capitalize on this opportunity with almost the last kick of the game.
Could it be Muse? What a fitting end this could be. Muse and Von Avike on either side. Muse!
Oh.
And that's full time.
There's the final whistle.
Bit disappointing, that final product. That could have been really something remarkable. Unbeaten in their first match at home for Logan Paws and his group, but you feel like they're probably a bit out in the cold at the end of the night.
I think Orange County, they would have liked to get a win today in their first game at a new stadium, but I think they should take the positives. A clean sheet, 1 point, a good defensive display, very, very, very good goalkeeping from Leon. But Tulsa, I think, will feel a little bit disappointed they didn't get the 3 points tonight, but when you get a point on the road is always a good point. So, you know, overall for both teams, I think, positive night.
Highlights when we return. Charlie Lyons' 5th shutout of the year as Orange County on the precipice of playoff position. It finishes final score, Tulsa 0, Orange County 0.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
We've raised the stakes. Expectations are high. Our biggest season yet will break records with elite players and future stars. Innovative technology and new homes. We're growing the game in our communities and across the nation. Are you ready?
Brand new stadium certainly will bring plenty of new